there seems to be like one main theme and then like a second one following. So for most people it's going to be about closing some chapters in their life. So anything that was left unresolved from 2025, it might drag on to 2026. So here we have the Death card, which speaks about endings. Then we have the World card, which speaks about an ending of a cycle and then possibly a beginning of a new one. Then we have this card with this heart that's crossed, and that normally when it's upright speaks about loss and heartache and separation. So there's a lot of heartbreak in 2025, but then because it's reversed, it speaks about letting go, moving on. It's like a healing time for the heart. 2026, it's going to bring this healing time after these endings that were necessary from 2025. Then we also have here these cards. I put them horizontally because what I sense is that both of their meanings, both upright and reversed, are true, and some people are going to go on the path of the upright meaning and the other people are going to go on the path of the reverse meaning. So here we have the Six of Swords and the Fool card. So the Fool card in the upright version, it speaks about new beginnings and about a certain kind of innocence and new opportunities and a leap of faith. But if it's reversed, it speaks about carelessness, recklessness, foolishness, naivety, kind of like a warning to proceed with caution. And I feel like both of these meanings are very valid for 2026, and it's up to us on which side of the Fool card we're going to land on. And then here we have the Six of Swords, which normally speaks about change, support, movement, but when it's reversed, it speaks about delays, obstacles, and resisting change. So for me, this tells me that the people who still have unresolved issues from 2025, so still things to kind of heal, things that are dragging from 2025, that they might have a resistance to change and they might have some sort of delay. That can be sorted. It's just a phase, guys. Don't worry. And here we have the Nine of Swords. So this speaks about worry, insomnia, and some suffering here. For me, this speaks a lot about the mental plane. I think there's going to be a lot of chaos going on around us, so our mental stability and nervous system might be overwhelmed. So it's we need to prioritize our mental health and nervous system stability in order to not get to this state. Then here we have the Five of Pentacles, which is reversed. Kind of collective worry about finances and stability and material matters, but which is slowly improving and we're getting away from. So it's kind of, I feel like this is actually talking about the survival mode that the majority of people are in. And I feel like that worry about the material aspects of life is slowly improving. And here we have the Devil, which for me this is a warning against giving in to material things too much. So the Devil represents our raw, animalistic nature, actually. So think of like everything that's connected to pleasure, instant gratification, material things, distractions, addictions, everything that's connected to, like, the Devil governs all of those. That's what he represents in tarot. So I feel like because of this, because some people might feel super overwhelmed, their mental states, like they might reach out for coping mechanisms, which will lead to these distractions, which are represented by the Devil. We have this card, which kind of looks like someone is fighting to stand their ground. So this is a card of kind of like resilience and courage against being attacked. This can signify just people that are going to go through conflicts which will push them to hold their ground, or simply a state in which we feel like the world is a hostile place and we need to hold our ground. So it can be interpreted on different levels. Depends on the individual, but there's this kind of sense of needing to hold your ground. And here we have a card for collaboration. So this card tells us that it can be much easier achieved through teamwork, creativity, and cooperation. And then here we have these beautifully joyful, positive cards, which I feel like these ones are rewards for those that pass through all of these endings, all of this heartbreak, healing, distractions emotions, etc. And they kind of reached these beautiful rewards, these gems. So here we have the Knight of Wands, and he speaks about passion, courage, adventure, kind of going full speed towards something. And then the Ace of Swords is about new ideas, communication, clarity, inspiration on a mental plane. And here we have Page of Pentacles, which is, again, speaks about a new opportunity on the material realm, something that can bring money in. So there's a lot of, I feel like there's going to be a lot of change when it comes to finances and career. So lots of people might pivot career, or might get a promotion, or might move country, or another location, something connected to the material matters. Those that manage to close those old cycles and clear that old energy that's lingering from 2025. And here we have these super beautifully positive cards, which we really need after the year of 2025, right guys? So we have the Four of Wands, which speaks about comfort, stability, celebration with your loved ones, if you can see on the card. And then we have the Star card, which is the Aquarius card, number 17, Major Arcana. So this speaks about happiness, spirituality, kind of good fortune. So it's kind of like, and then if you actually look closer, the Aquarius card is like pouring this water, which is like a symbol of like life, into the ground. And it has this kind of super positive quality about it. Normally, sometimes when this card appears, it can also signify that you can put a wish. Like a wish can become true. And I feel like that's basically what 2026 is setting the ground for. So it's kind of like asking us to clear the old energy of 2025, close any unfinished business, any karmic loops, which is like all this side. And then we can start to move on with the new and bring in this new energy, these new opportunities, collaboration in our lives. So yeah, it might be a bit difficult and tricky for us to clear this energy, because some people just expect that if they start a new year, then that's like a clean slate and they're done. But yeah, that's not how it works. The actual new year, when it comes to natural cycles, doesn't actually start on January 1st anyway. So the good fortune part might come a bit later as well, might come maybe like spring. So yeah, that's 2026 energy collective reading for you.